with that line and saying this is the rarest of the rare cases. Death needs to be given to the Nirbhaya rapist. Now at 1 p.m. finally we shall know what happened, the last leg of the judicial journey in the Nirbhaya case. The rapists need to be hanged, and that's what our demand has been. Richa's joining us from the newsroom. Richa, we saw the short, very important points made by the Solicitor General. It's clear that they're demanding death, nothing less than death, and the argument that they've said, God cries, this girl could not be saved. Monsters were born. It's clear now, it's time for death for Nirbhaya rapists.
Absolutely, Rhythm. In fact, these are very strong words and arguments that the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta has made. He began with saying that gods will hang their heads in shame for not being able to save Nirbhaya and creating these monsters. He went on to say that these are rarest of the rare case, clearly making his arguments. His arguments were not very long as that of the accused lawyer, but it was very short. He in fact signed off saying that gods cry that this girl could have been saved, and also that monsters were born. So no mercy should be given in this entire matter, clearly making his stand clear that there should be no mercy given to these accused. They must be hanged, and soonest, as we all have been here at Republic also demanding that they should be in fact given the strictest of the strict punishment, and all these 4 accused must be hanged. In fact, 1 p.m. is when this hearing will begin. The verdict will be given by the Supreme Court on the review petition plea filed by the accused, one of the accused. That's when we'll really know what the court decides on this entire matter.
And also another observation coming in from the Solicitor General here when he says this is just a delaying tactic that's been there in the court. The Solicitor General has made a point where he says, and I'm going to read that point out, there is delay in filing of this case. The lawyers for the accused are trying to delay the inevitable. They file some petition, then they file mercy, and then they withdraw it. I urge your lordships, he's urging the top court to decide this at the earliest. Taking his points into consideration, the top court of the country has now said 1 p.m. in nearly less than 1.5 hours, the final verdict on the review plea is going to be coming in from the top court. Our fingers are crossed that this final hurdle will be crossed. The review plea will be dismissed, a ghastly attempt by the lawyers and by the rapist Akshay Thakur to try and delay the system further. The words that have been used by the Solicitor General right now clearly spark off the kind of anger that is being felt across India. He's not even arguing about what has been stated by Nirbhaya, but AP Singh's arguments were, one mother gets some solace, other 4 mothers lose their sons. This is revenge. The real culprit is the society. Ridiculous arguments that continue to be given by AP Singh. The court heard them, but very interestingly, the Solicitor General of India didn't even find them worthy of comment. He's not commented on it. The only thing the Solicitor General has right now said, it is the rarest of the rare case. No pity needs to be shown here. Some people should not have been born. There are crimes when humanity is put to shame. And that for me is the real essence of a 1-hour hearing on the review plea that comes out from the Supreme Court. When humanity is put to shame, and monsters are born, and young innocent girls cannot be saved, justice needs to be done. This seems to be the sentiment that is being echoed by the Solicitor General of India, who makes an appearance in the Nirbhaya review case and says give death at the earliest, dismiss this case at the earliest. Viewers at Republic TV, there have been 2 demands that we've been having on rapist, hang the rapist, now the hashtag hang Nirbhaya rapist, and secondly we've been saying there has to be a live telecast of this so that the heinous crime that was committed by them is clearly shown and people are able to see what's happening in the case. Let's also tell our viewers that in the Nirbhaya case today in the morning we saw beastly arguments being made by lawyer AP Singh, but inside a jam-packed courtroom that was hearing the Nirbhaya rapist plea, when he spoke about air and water pollution, some lawyers could not stop laughing. I only wonder, and I'm going to try and get a sense of whether Asha Devi and Badrinath ji are going to be coming here right now, but the only sense we are getting is of immense pity for certain lawyers who can make these garbage arguments. As we are waiting for that verdict, let's also tell our viewers that, in fact, I'll also go across to Nalini, who's joining us on this coverage, to get a sense of what happened inside courtroom. Nalini, you heard the arguments. What is the shock that you felt here?